Hello, everybody. There were some questions about our star charts that we're looking at this activity, so I wanted to just talk about those for a brief second. Let me go ahead and share my screen here, and I'm going to show you the star charts that are in your appendix. So you should be able to see my screen here, and I've got the star chart for the vernal equinox showing. So this is March 21st, and just to outline some of the things we're seeing on here. We have the celestial equator. That's the line that's directly above the equator. If I were to take the equator on the Earth and kind of paint it on the sky, if we were at the equator, that would be directly over our head, but it isn't. We're looking to the south here. So this is south. So this is our southern horizon. And the location of the horizon is going to depend on our latitude, right? So, so that's why there are a couple different lines on here depending on where you happen to be. The line that's going from north to south, that is the meridian, and that actually goes beneath the horizon as well. So north to south, that's the meridian. That's the line that's showing you what's directly, when objects are going to be highest in the sky on the arc as they pass over the sky. And then we have one other line here, it's called the ecliptic. So this is the plane of the solar system. And that's tilted with respect to the equator because the Earth is tilted with respect to the solar system. So directly behind us in this picture is the sun. Okay, so we're looking out to the south at midnight on the spring equinox, and we're looking, the sun would be on the other side of the planet. So this is midnight right here. Now, somebody asked how we tell time. Look, how we tell how much time has elapsed since we've taken these things. Well, let's pick a constellations, for example, Virgo. And Virgo is directly on the meridian on the spring equinox. All right, if we go and look at the summer solstice, which is 3 months later. So let's go to the next drawing. That's 3 months later. And I'll zoom in a little bit here. Okay, so 3 months later, and now look where Virgo is, right? Virgo is on the western horizon. That means it's in those 3 months, it's moved from where we saw it before at midnight to there, which means that if we have the sun and we have the Earth and we were looking at Virgo in that direction, we've now moved in the Earth's orbit. So now Virgo's still in that direction, but we're now at midnight looking that way. Okay, so that means that the sun's still behind us, right? But now we're looking in the direction of a different constellation. And in fact, the constellation that happens to be on the ecliptic is Sagittarius, which is right here. Okay, so that's the celestial equator, that's the ecliptic again, and the equator stays in the same spot. The ecliptic has moved because, or the path of the ecliptic across the sky has moved because we're at a different place in our orbit. All right, so that's how you can tell how much time has elapsed between these by watching the constellations move. Again, if you want to go out and see what this looks like, so this is what the summer skies look like right here. And if you go outside tonight at around midnight-ish, maybe a little bit later, you're going to see this constellation Cygnus, which is crossing straight through the Milky Way. And you're going to see another constellation called Lyra, which is right here. And those are pretty unmistakable constellations, going to be more or less directly over your head when you're facing south. And go ahead tonight and see if you can find those, and that's going to show you what's going to be up as we go into the fall. And if we look at the fall here, go down here and look at the fall constellations, you're going to recognize one of these right away, and that is the Great Hunter Orion right over here. And we always know that winter is coming because at midnight on the winter solstice, sorry, on the fall equinox, we look to the east and there's Orion visible at night for the first time. And you guessed it, in the wintertime, he's going to be directly overhead. All right, so I hope this helps. I'm going to be in here in my Zoom session for a while here, but I hope that gives you some assistance with the activity. And feel free to send me any more questions you may have.